my name's Lexi. It's an absolute pleasure to make your acquaintance. Welcome to my channel and my first video. Hi. Sorry if I seem a bit awkward, this is actually probably the first time I've actually been on camera on YouTube. Maybe since 2008, and even then, I'm still quite camera shy. And yes, by that I mean I actually have more than one channel. One where I did horror narrations for a short period of time in the same way that Bee Buster, Lazy Masquerade, and Your Maker do. And one from 2008, and it's just so tragic. It is so bad. And I will save that one for an entire different vlog entry. So I don't know about you, but I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I have been a Harry Potter fan since I was 10. To give you an idea, the year was 2000. I was 10. My mum came home with a book for me because I didn't read. I didn't like reading. Reading was really boring to me at the time. She handed me the first Harry Potter book. I said, just read it, okay? Just try to read it. Lo and behold, I give it a try. And oh my god, I'm pretty sure she regrets it. Harry Potter is everything. I love Harry Potter so much. I have a Harry Potter tattoo. I have all the books. And speaking of the books, I recently just bought Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And oh my goodness, I'm so glad it finally dropped. I've been anticipating it since I first heard about it. And I am just counting down the days until they finally announce that they're going to bring the play to Australia. Now, I don't know about you, but I just don't have that much money to drop on actually going over to London and actually watching the play itself. As much as I would absolutely kill to do that, that would be amazing. But even then, it's sold out till March 2017. But I bought the book yesterday. I was so psyched. Everywhere had sold out on release day, so it was day after release day in Australia. I've gone out shopping just trying to find it. I stumbled into a Target, originally just looking for some makeup, but I thought, hey, I'll rifle through their book section. They might have Harry Potter and the Cursed Child there. I mean, they have every other book of Harry Potter. They have the Harry Potter colouring in books even the picture book version, which I still actually have to get a copy of. Terrible, I know. But I'm so excited. I have been avoiding social media on the topic of this book like you would not believe. I've just been so excited. And this is why this vlog started. I mean, I was originally going to talk about something else, but buying that book and thinking about how excited I am because I'm going to read this book spoiler free brings me to why this vlog was actually started this way instead of what I was originally planning, which I'll save for another week. But this one is about how two of the Harry Potter books were completely spoiled for me. Now, I know there are plenty of you out there who are going to sit there and go, oh, come on, Lexi Belle. It's just a book series. You'll be fine. It doesn't matter that they spoiled it. You still got to read it. You got to live it. It was amazing, wasn't it? And yes, it was amazing. It was still enthralling. Not remembering that I'm reading, but actually remembering it more like a movie because I was just so engrossed in this book. But there are those of you out there who are going to sit there and you are going to know exactly what I mean. This is a book I haven't opened before. I'm excited. I'm finally going to read it. And I'm just so keen. I want to get into it. I want to see what happens. What adventure does Harry go on? What is going to happen? What's new? What's next? The biggest plot point and the biggest twist is just completely destroyed. And there are those of you out there who are going to sit there with me and go, why? Now, suffice to say, me and this girl are no longer friends. We haven't been for a few years now, and it's just things happen, people drift apart, and that's why. See, I come from a single parent family, so my mum couldn't afford to buy me the book straight away. It's 2003. I'm 13 at this point. I've been friends with this girl for probably, a year and a half, maybe 2. She comes from a pretty standard family. They buy her the book on release day. They actually go to the midnight release, and I am so jealous. But I'm excited for her. She gets this book. She starts reading. That's great. Unfortunately, as I said, I came from a single parent family. My mum couldn't afford it on release day. I had to wait about a week. And that was okay, I was patient. A lot of my friends who were reading it at the time were quite understanding and left the subject alone. And they would just say things like, oh my god, Alexi, just you wait till you get this book. Oh my god, it is going to be amazing. Your mind is going to be blown. And you know what? I was cool with that. That was a cool way to, analyze the book. Tell me how much I'm going to enjoy it. Tell me how much you enjoy it. Just don't tell me what happens. This one day, I remember it because it was year 7. Me and this girl, we would play Harry Potter because we were just so intense into Harry Potter. We would pretend to duel, so we'd pick up like a stick on the ground, pretend it was a wand. We'd make up spells, and when it would hit, we'd tell the other person what the spell did, and the other person would act it out. It was great. And then one day, I've gone off to do something, so she's reading her book. I think I've gone off to the bathroom at this point. I can't quite remember. It was quite a long time ago. But I come back, and she goes, oh my god, Sirius Black died. I don't think anyone can comprehend how shattering that actually was for me. Sirius Black dies. I know there are people out there who are going to say it's only a book. As I said before, I still enjoyed it thoroughly. But that impact was gone. That, oh my gosh, shock factor was gone. There was no, woe is me, Sirius Black is dead. There were no tears. This was a part where I saw her burst into tears. I had friends that, when I spoke to them about it later, they all said how much they cried. I read that scene stoic. I felt nothing. And I know it seems a bit silly to get so upset over a book, but that was a huge plot point. This is Sirius Black, Harry's godfather, the last chance at a loving family he will ever actually get. And does he get it? No. It gets ripped away from him and he's hurt and devastated and everything's just crashing around him. I did cry later though. In the scene where Harry finds the other bit of the mirror and he's trying to conjure Sirius and he's getting nothing, and it's just his reaction. His raw emotion reaction to that bit there where he throws the bit of mirror into his trunk. And you know it broke on impact because it's a bit of mirror. But that was bad. I got over it though. I was like, okay. That was a mess up on her part. Maybe it was just the shock that made her say it. I don't know. But it gets worse. Because that was the first one she ruined. There's still a second book that she ruins. So by this point, a few years have gone by and Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince has been released, and I am so excited. I am practically dancing on the spot. I am eager to get my hands on this book again. And my mum delivers. Granted, she delivers a bit late, but again, that's not her fault. My friend who, well, at this point we'll just call her Chelsea. Make this easier. Chelsea is reading the book and she's getting through it at a really decent pace, which is why I'm really looking forward to borrowing it from her. Because, hey, if she gets through it, and I get to read it, all is right with the world. I'm happy. I mean, we're coming to a close here. We're at the 6th book. 7th book will be coming out not too far after. I'm keen. So, then comes the part where, obviously in the book, Dumbledore dies. I walk out at lunchtime. We've just had different classes. We're in high school by this time, because I think it was, 2005, 2006? And I walk out and she is just sitting there, absolutely beside herself, bawling her eyes out. And this is my best friend. And I loved this girl like a sister. So I was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? What's wrong? She utters, between sobs, 2 of the most shattering words since 2003. And those words? Dumbledore's dead. Why tell me? She knows I don't have the book. She knew I didn't have the book. She knew it was not something within my grasp at that point, and she told me anyway. Like, I know, she was probably upset and she needed to say it, and that's fine, I get it. If you're upset about a book, that's cool. I feel you. Books give emotions, it's amazing. But for the second book, in a row, mind you, she ruins it. Yes, there are other parts in the plot that are exciting that come along, and yes, it's still a thrill to read it. But, again, I didn't cry during this scene when I read it. I didn't cry at all. I didn't feel anything. There was nothing. It was just, oh, well, there it is. And I was just livid. Like, I feel as though I shouldn't be so upset, and even to date, I should just let it go. But if you and your friend are both into something, whether it's a book or a TV series, don't give spoilers. Do not. It is really, really, really cruel. And I mean, I've forgiven her for so much that she's done. So many things that she's rumoured to have done. So many things that she actually has done. Granted, we're not friends anymore, but that doesn't actually change the fact that I've forgiven her. This, however, ruining the one thing I was so excited about and so into and loved so dearly, I don't know. I feel ridiculous at times for still being upset, but I don't know. Have you ever been so passionate about something where if it's been ruined, it's just upsetting? Even years and years later. I mean, we're looking at things that have happened 13 years ago, 10 years ago, and still upsetting. I mean, I'm still excited when I read them, but the idea of being able to read those books with fresh eyes without knowing what's going to happen and getting those plot twists and those plot points in, and having those hard-hitting, impacting moments, it's just something so special that you never get to relive. You're going to read it. And you can read those books again and again and again, and their readability is amazing in reality, like, really. It's magical, it's just outright amazing. But it's not something I'm gonna get. I'm not going to read Sirius's or Dumbledore's death scene with fresh eyes. I know it's coming. And the worst part is I knew it was coming before I even got to read it. Yes, with the 5th book, there was hints dropped that someone was gonna die. And you know what? I was okay with that. I was okay. You know, someone's gonna die. Alright. You get that mild bit of anticipation, but it's still supposed to hit really hard, and I never got that. And as far as it goes, though, it's like, well, it's unfair. It really is. To take something like that away from someone is completely unfair. And if you do that to someone, I personally think you're quite horrible. I mean, yes, okay, there's limits to it. If they ask for the spoiler, by all means, spoil away. But to just drop it on them without any heads up is just fucking rude. But either way, that's what happened there with Chelsea and the Harry Potter books and her ruining them for me. And I say it, and it sounds so bitter when I say it too, but there's no other way of actually describing it. She ruined it. But either way, these days I avoid media like plague when it comes to reading a new book. I mean, this is why I'm so excited about the new Harry Potter book. I've avoided media on it. I've only looked out for release dates. Okay, yeah, I've looked at some of the pictures released for the play, and they look amazing. I'm so excited for it. Again, I wish I could go. But me and my friends that I have today, we have a very strong understanding here. We tell each other nothing. We can say how far into the book we are. We can say how we feel about it. But all in all, we keep it to ourselves because we don't want to know. Reading a Harry Potter book with fresh eyes is such an amazing experience, especially to experience it so long after the last book was released. And to give you an idea how dweeby I was whilst purchasing this book, I nearly cried. I was so excited, I actually nearly cried. I haven't been this excited since the last movie being released. And oh boy, was that an experience. This time I don't have someone to sit there and tell me to stop crying over a CGI elf. So I'm excited for that too. Alright, so that's all I really have time for at this point. And now for awkward silence. Okay, bye.